All right, today we are going to be making custom bungee net side pocket replacement nets for the front passenger and driver door pockets. If you have had your Bronco for a few years like me and you use your pockets, they have probably stretched out beyond reasonable use. And if you've gone to Ford, you've realized that they are absolutely off their meds because they want $450 something per net. That's just insane. So I figured out how to make your own, and I'm going to show you how to do it here today. The first thing that you need is your bungee cord. 2 millimeters is really the thickest you want. Anything thicker is going to be way too thick and way too tight for the bungee. Now, I don't know if there's thinner than this. If you can find 1.5 millimeter, that might even be better. But I used 2 millimeter bungee cord that I got off Amazon, and I used 40 feet for this project. Now with the 40 feet, I barely had enough to do both nets. I have a little adjustment to make. So I ended up getting 1.5 millimeter cord and redoing the entire net just because it was a little tight with the 2 millimeter cord. That cord was a little thick, so it was a little too tight. And I went ahead and found some rainbow colored cord and I decided, the Rainbow Bronco needed rainbow colored bungee pockets. You will need a 7/64 drill bit to drill the holes in the frame to put the bungee net through. Now you're going to remove the actual net from the door. This is going to take a special tool bit that you hopefully might have in your Bronco toolkit. I've got one of these small toolkits here, as you can see. So if you bought one of these with your Bronco, you should have this tool. But it is an IP30, which is a Torx Plus bit, size 30. There is Torx and Torx Plus. They are two different types of drill bits, two different shapes to the head. So if you have a Torx set, know that that is different than the Torx Plus. So you will need a Torx Plus, which is an IP30, to remove the door pocket from the front passenger and driver side doors. Once you have the frame of the net removed, take it inside or to a nice work surface. You'll notice when you turn it over that the net is actually attached to a thin plastic sheet that attaches to the main plastic frame. Go ahead and take scissors or a sharp razor blade and cut away the net from that thin plastic frame, making sure you do not cut the large bungee cord going across the top. That thick bungee cord is not attached to the main frame. It's attached to that thin plastic thing where the net's attached to. If you want to keep that, which I suggest doing, make sure you don't cut it because you will reuse it. Now, I simply cleaned off the plastic frame to make sure it was not dirty so I can mark my hole positions with a Sharpie. You're going to want to mark your hole positions. I suggest starting on the vertical side of the mount. That just makes it easier. I used a rough 1-inch spacing even though I did not measure. So if you want to be more exact, measure, but I figured about 1-inch spacing was about right, and I just kind of hand drew them out. Next, you're going to turn the plastic frame over, put it on the edge of a counter or work surface to carefully drill up through the small edge of the plastic frame. As you can see here, I drilled through that small angled part of the frame right at the edge. This is a perfect spot to put the bungee cords through, and it mimics the real net itself. Make sure you scrape off the little plastic edges once you drill your hole so there's nothing rough for you to deal with when you put the bungee cord through the hole. Next, you're going to weave the first bungee cord through the hole. I suggest starting on the vertical side of the mount to make it easy. And you're going to tie a small knot at the very end of the cord, as close to the end as you can, just to conserve your cord if you did only order the 40 feet. Make it as tight as possible. There is give in the bungee cord, so if you don't tighten the knot all the way, it could loosen over time. Now, if you're using just the 40 feet, I do recommend being conservative on your lengths, so don't cut these lengths too long or you'll run out of cord. So I basically cut it to the opposite end of the plastic frame from where the knot will be. So I didn't give myself a lot of excess. And again, you're gonna pull the knot as tight as possible, but don't pull it too tight until you know that the tightness of the cord is good. You can tie a loose knot at first, see how tight the cord is, and then tighten the knot accordingly. I made my cords just barely taut. They weren't actually tight, they just were not loose. So to give you a reference for how tight I made mine. And I'll tell you, it is kind of tight. Putting an Oakley case in there is snug. So if you want some more room, you might leave these first cords a little loose, or with a little slack, I should say. And make sure you're always burning the tips every time you make a cut. Now that you've got all the horizontal cords in place, it's time to thread and tie the first knots on the cords coming out of the bottom that will be your vertical cords. Now these you need to make a lot longer than the other ones because you're going to have to tie knots on each of the horizontal cords as you go up, and that will take a lot more cord than you think. So as you can see, I'm cutting the cords about twice as long as the height of the entire pocket. So definitely cut some excess here because you don't want to run out. Once you have the vertical cords all in, like you can see here, leave them hanging, do not tie knots. That process will be done once you reinstall the frame onto the door. So now we're going to take that plastic insert that has that top bungee on it, and we're going to put that back onto the frame. So now we have our top bungee. Now it's ready to put back on the door so we can start making our knots going up the horizontal cords. As you can see, reinstalling the door is fairly simple. The one thing to note is on the very bottom, there are some clips that have hooks. So I would get those hooks in first and then pop the sides up. There may be a little tension on your horizontal cords, so it might make that frame not fit the hole quite perfectly. And so I started by reinstalling the vertical side. That way I could pull it into position to make it stretch and fit into its original position. Now, with the frame back on the door securely, you can start tying the knots on the vertical cords going up the horizontal cords. As you can see here, I'm just making a simple knot. It's important to play with your knot position as you tighten the knot so that you don't have too much slack or it's not too tight in between each horizontal row or in between each knot you tie. That takes some practice to kind of play with where the knots are and how to tighten them, but you want to make sure that you pull the knots as tight as possible. Again, because it's bungee cord, if you don't, the knots will slide all over the place, and every time you put something in and out of the pocket, it's going to move your squares and your mesh pattern, making bigger holes or smaller holes in certain parts of it. So you don't want that. And again, once you're done, make sure you cut all your excess tips, melt the ends so that they don't come unraveled or unfrayed. Once you get all the vertical cords knotted all the way up, now it's time to add the vertical cords where we were not drilling a hole for. So as you can see here, I'm just tying a knot right at the base of the horizontal cord right by the frame, and I am doing a double knot, and again, making it very tight. You're just gonna do that at the very base of the horizontal cord right by the frame, and then you're gonna go straight up from there, doing the same thing you did before tying knots. You're gonna repeat this process all the way up the frame until each horizontal cord has its vertical cords with it. And now we have a new bungee door pocket, good as new, I'd say better than the original, and for a whole lot less money. And you guys, you don't have to keep that inner plastic piece with the top cord. The issue here is that this hole right here doesn't have a back. It's not whole, it's like this. So if you want to put a new cord here, you can. You just have to make a big enough knot that it won't come through this, and you have to insert it as you're screwing this on, because you know the hole's not gonna hold in the cord itself. But otherwise, that's what we're looking at with 1.5 millimeter cord. It's much easier to put the Oakley case in there, and it's not too tight and it's not too loose. So just wanted to show you guys that you can do it with 1.5 millimeter cord as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the trails.